Hey Camp, it's Coach Mim here.
Hey Camp, it's Coach Z here.
And we're going to work together to create some jumping videos for you guys. So our first video today is going to be about drills that will help you with your jumping. These things will help you develop some arm swing and knee drive and some other important things that you'll need when you're jumping. So we're going to have 4 things for you to do. So when this video is over, you could take all 4 of these activities and try to do them 10 times in a row. Okay? So that's our plan. So first we're going to start with our jumping jacks. So here we go. So in order to do your jumping jacks, the first thing you need to do is work on our feet, and then we'll work on our hands, okay? So with our feet, we are going to take our feet starting together, and then we are going to jump them out so that they're about shoulder width apart. So we're going to jump them open so they're shoulder width apart, and then back together so they're touching again. So we're going to go open so they're shoulder width apart, and back together so they're touching again. At the same time, we're going to take our arms and we're going to swing them from our sides all the way up to our shoulders or by our ears, and then back down to our sides. Swinging our arms all the way up so our shoulders are by our ears and our hands are reaching up to the sky, and then bring them back down by our side. Then we're going to put those 2 things together. So we're going to jump our feet apart, and when we jump our feet apart, our arms are going to swing up to the sky so our shoulders are by our ears, and when we jump our feet back together, our hands come back down to our side and smack the sides of our legs. So we jump out and our arms go up, feet together, arms back down by our side. So we jump everything open and everything closed, okay? So you can try to do 10 of those. When you're done with those, we're going to move on to our rocket jumps. So our rocket jumps help us to be explosive and get some height when we're jumping. So in order to do a rocket jump, the first thing we need to do is squat down. So you're going to put your feet about shoulder width apart, okay? Then you're going to bend your knees and bend down low as if you're sitting in a chair. It's very important that you keep your chest up so I can read whatever's on your shirt. You don't ever want your chest or your head to look straight down to the ground. You're trying to keep them up, looking ahead of you as if you were to be looking straight forwards. So I'm going to squat down, so it's like I'm sitting in a chair, my weight's back in my heels, and I'm going to tap my fingertips just to the ground. Once I tap my fingertips to the ground, I'm going to jump up in the air. I'm going to throw my arms above my head, and I'm going to reach for the ceiling as high as I can, and then I'm going to come back down to what we call our loaded position. So that was when we were in our squat with our fingertips on the ground. So we're going to touch our fingertips to the ground. We're going to jump up in the air as high as we can, and come back down to our fingertips touching the ground. So you're going to try to do that 10 times in a row. So remember, you're keeping your chest up, your head up. As you jump up in the air, your arms go up and reach for the sky or the ceiling as high as you can, and then you come back down to that little position so you have a nice rocket jump. So you're exploding like a rocket, okay? So you can try 10 of those. After that, we're going to move on to our tuck jumps, okay? This is another one that's going to help you with your knee drive and help you to get some explosion in your jump. So Coach Mim here is going to help me out. So when you jump up in the air, you want to hold what we call the tuck position. So that is when your arms are up by your ears and your knees come up and try to touch your chest. So Coach Mima's arms are up by her ears, and I'm lifting her up so she can hold her knees up to her chest, and that's the position you want to be in. So every time you jump up, thanks Coach Maya, and leave the ground, you want to try to touch your knees to your chest. So I'm going to start out bending my knees just a little bit, so that way I can get a little bit loaded and help myself to get off the ground. And then I'm simply going to throw my arms up in the air and bring my knees up to my chest as best as I can. Just like with our rocket jumps, we want to make sure that I can still see the label of your shirt and that your head stays up. You don't ever want those to face the ground. So I'm going to bend my knees a little bit, swing my arms up, driving my knees to my chest, and then coming right back down. So each time I'm trying to get my knees as close to my chest as I possibly can. Okay? So you can do 10 of those. And then our last thing is our high knee skips. High knee skips are a little bit tricky. So when you do your high knee skips, you're going to skip just like you normally would in a step hop fashion. So with a normal skip, you will step with one foot. So we're going to step first with our right foot, and then you hop on that foot. Hopping on our right foot. So you're going to step with your left foot next, and then you hop on that left foot. Stepping on the right, and hopping on the right, stepping on the left, and hopping on the left, okay? So what makes this a high knee skip is that you're actually going to add some knee drive as you do it. So when I step on my right foot, I'm going to drive my left knee all the way up to my chest as high as I can get it when I hop. Then I'm going to step on my left foot and drive my right knee all the way up to my chest as high as I can while I hop on that left foot. Okay? So it's kind of like a tuck jump with one foot while you're hopping on the other foot. So step with my right, drive my left knee to my chest as I hop, step on my left foot, pick up my right leg and drive that knee to my chest and hop, and keep repeating that over and over again as you move, okay? So this one you might need a little bit of space for, but you could do this one inside too like I am, okay? Making sure you're focusing on that knee drive every single time. So those are your 4 drills that you're going to use to help you get started with your jumping. If you have any questions or concerns on those drills, feel free to contact me. You can do these drills inside like I just was because it's a kind of a windy day outside, or you could even do them outdoors if it's a beautiful day. So enjoy yourself, get yourself ready, because the next video we're going to be jumping.